morning, ladies and gentlemen. This information is for passengers travelling to Gladstone on Qantas Link service QF2332. We wish to advise that boarding will commence within the next 10 minutes. The crew are just finalising their flight checks. So once this is done, we shall commence boarding. So that's for passengers on Qantas Link service QF2332 to Gladstone. Boarding will commence within the next 10 minutes through gate 6. Hi everyone, welcome to Qantas Link flight QF2332, co-shared with Emirates to Gladstone. We'd like to welcome back Qantas, Emirates One World frequent fly members. Invite all passengers to board through gate 6. Please have your boarding passes, mobile phones and Qantas card ready for scanning at the gate. We ask all passengers to please ensure that your cabin baggage is limited to one item at a maximum weight of 7 kilos and that your mobile phones and electronic devices are not in use between the gate lounge and the aircraft. Thank you and enjoy your flight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is now the final boarding call for Qantas Link service QF2332 to Gladstone. Could all remaining passengers please proceed with urgency, gate 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we get to the plane, please wait on the bus while I check with the crew that they're ready to take you on board. Then I will board you 2 or 3 at a time as it's raining and I don't want you standing in the rain. Be quiet. Please remember to take everything with you when you get off the bus. I do not need any more mobile phones. However, I am in the market for an iPad or tablet. Have a great day, everybody.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Louise Cole. Welcome aboard Qantas Link flight 2332 to Gladstone. I've just been given some updated information that if anybody's on board who actually wants to get to Rockhampton via road once we arrive in Gladstone this morning, the road is still shut through to Rockhampton, so there actually is no way from getting from Gladstone to Rockhampton. If you're one of those people that's doing that and you'd like to disembark the aircraft, then please just press the call button and we'll identify you and give you the chance to disembark. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody dropped their glasses on their way from the bus to the aircraft, they're up the front. I'll drop them down quick. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. We'll shortly be taking you through our safety procedures and equipment. We ask that you please watch and listen carefully.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is important that you are familiar with the safety equipment on this aircraft. So please give me your full attention for important safety information. By law, whenever the seatbelt sign is on, you must have your seatbelt fastened. Keeping it fastened, even when the sign is off, may help in avoiding injury during unexpected turbulence. For takeoff and landing, your seatbelt should be fastened low and tight over your hips. You can tighten the belt by pulling the strap, and to release, lift the flap on the buckle. Under Australian law, smoking is not permitted on this flight. A smoke detector has been fitted in the toilet, which is located at the front of the cabin. In the seat pocket in front of you is a card showing the safety features of this aircraft. Please take a moment to read it before takeoff. You should be familiar with the emergency brace position. If in doubt, please check your safety information card. This aircraft has 4 emergency exits, 2 at the front of the cabin and 2 at the rear of the aircraft. Please identify the exit nearest to you and an alternative. If an evacuation is necessary in darkness or there is smoke in the cabin, a line of lights on the floor will illuminate to direct you to an emergency exit. A life jacket is under your seat. Should the life jacket be required, remove it from its container, unroll it and place it over your head. Pass this tape around your waist and secure the buckle closed. To tighten, pull this tape. Once outside the aircraft, pull the red toggle down to inflate the life jacket. There is a mouthpiece for further inflation, a whistle to attract attention, and a light which comes on when the battery comes in contact with water. Life jackets must not be inflated until you are outside the aircraft. In preparation for takeoff, please observe the fastened seatbelt and no smoking signs. Ensure that your tray table is locked in the upright position and that all hand baggage is securely stowed. Remember, the crew are here for your safety. In the event of an emergency, please follow our instructions. Once again, please study your safety onboard card. Thank you.
Good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. it's one of those mornings. Unfortunately, the aircraft next to us has got a problem and has to be tugged back onto the bay, so we're waiting for a pushback at the moment. There's no other place for us to go other than where he is, so we'll be delayed here. We've got one in front of us still to push off the bay and delay for about another 5 minutes or so before we can push back. Thanks for your patience. We'll speak to you once we're airborne with some updated information. And welcome on board.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be dimming the cabin lighting for today's flight. A reading light can be found in the panel above you. The signal sign has now been switched off and you are free to move about the cabin. However, it is a requirement for your own safety that you keep your seatbelts fastened whenever you are seated. Shortly we'll be offering a light snack followed by a selection of cold drinks. Unfortunately, due to expected turbulence in the area, there will be no tea and coffee service on today's flight. As I mentioned earlier, smoking is not permitted on this flight or in any section of the aircraft. If there is anything else that we can do to make your flight more comfortable, please do not hesitate to ask.
Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. Cheers, this is your first officer, Max Sarah speaking. On behalf of your captain, Louise Ball, and the rest of the team, once again, I'd like to wish you a very warm welcome aboard on Qantas Link Flight 2332, service to Gladstone. Currently, we're just on our way to a cruising altitude of 20,000 feet, passing being the Sunshine Coast. Looks like we're clear of the majority of the weather and should expect a lot smoother conditions from here on in. It's a good point to remind you though that even though the seatbelt sign has been switched on, while you're seated, please keep your seatbelt firmly fastened just in case we do encounter any unexpected turbulence. Flight time into Gladstone this morning will be 50 minutes, and at this stage we should be disembarking today at about 11:10. And the conditions for arrival, there's a strong westerly breeze, overcast cloud, and expected temperature of 28 degrees. If there's any changes to these conditions, we'll endeavour to keep you updated throughout the flight. If not, please just sit back and relax, enjoy the service. Once again, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everybody on board, and thank you for flying with Qantas Link.
Cabin crew, prepare to cabin landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for landing, please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. You must keep your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft arrives at the airport and the captain turns off the seatbelt sign. It is now time once again to ensure your tray tables are locked in the upright position and all of your carry-on luggage is stowed either in the overhead lockers or one underneath the seats in front of you. Small handheld electronic devices may continue to be used in flight mode for landing. However, larger devices such as laptops must now be stowed. The seatbelt sign has been switched off for landing. All passengers and crew, please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gladstone. If your mobile phone is within reach, you may now switch flight mode off. It is not permissible to retrieve any items of luggage from the rear of the aircraft. For those of you travelling with premium tagged hand baggage, please remain at the foot of the aircraft stairs to collect these bags. Although we are on the ground for your safety and the safety of those around you, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the seatbelt sign. Take care when opening the overhead lockers, as your bags may have moved throughout the flight. And once the seatbelt sign has been switched off, you'll be leaving through the forward door. We recommend that you use the handrails to assist yourself down the stairs and safely onto the tarmac. Remember to check your seat and seat pocket for any personal items before you leave. A reminder that smoking is not permitted whilst disembarking and throughout the terminal building. Please ensure that all mobile phones and electronic devices are not in use between the aircraft and the terminal. On behalf of Qantas Link and the team today, welcome to Gladstone. Thank you for flying with us. We do hope you have enjoyed your flight. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Once again, we do apologise for our late arrival this morning. We do thank you for your patience and understanding during this time. Once again, thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.